Hello everybody, thanks for watching the video here. My name is Dale Cutler, and I thought I would just share a little bit about myself, just sort of for those people who don't know me or know anything about me can figure out who I am. My name is Dale Cutler. I was born in 1978, so as of this video I'm 35 years old. My dad is originally from Newfoundland. His name is Kevin. He moved to BC in the early 70s and met my mom, Thelma, who was Thelma William at the time, and she is First Nations, and they got married, so she became Thelma Cutler, and they had 6 kids, and I'm one of those kids. So I'm mixed heritage, very proud of that, very proud of being First Nations, very proud of my Newfoundland heritage. Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle growing up, kind of an identity crisis, you know, but it all worked out good, worked out in the end. I'm from northern British Columbia, small First Nations reserve called Morristown. Population, I don't know what it is, about 500, maybe 600. It's just a small native reserve. The closest town is 32 kilometers away. So actually right now I'm heading to Morristown from Smithers. Yeah, such a beautiful place. I love living where I live. As a teenager, I'd moved to Vancouver when I was about 17, I moved with my older brother. Thought I was going to be Mr. City Man, but just kind of didn't really do much of anything. Just sort of hung around and bummed around the city, and well, it was fun and stuff. Guess that served its purpose, and then I moved back. And in my 20s, I went to BCIT in Burnaby, which is a suburb of Vancouver. I did a 2-year course. I did computer system service tech and networking and that type of stuff. But yeah, anyway, and then I moved back up here, must have been 2005 or something like that, back up to northern BC, and just fell right back in love with where I was from and rediscovered, you know, that I love BC, that I love the mountains, that I love the north. And I mean, Vancouver will always have a big place in my heart. I love Vancouver, but this is where I want to live. This is where I want to be. You know, this is where I see myself. I call this home. I don't know if I could live anywhere else, but I won't say never, but you never know. I won't say never, but you never know. Yeah, so like I said, I'm from northern BC. Love it up here. I'm a northern boy. Right now, it's minus 15 degrees outside. I mean, last night, or early this morning, I think it was like minus 25. So that can get cold. But the summers here are wonderful and beautiful, so we get all 4 seasons. It's such a nice neck of the woods. We got the beautiful, I don't know, I hope you can see it. I hope this is capturing it, but there's beautiful mountain scenery and that kind of stuff. So that's where I'm from. I've been into music for a long time. Why am I making an album? Well, just like a lot of people, when you get a little older, maybe you don't need to be older, but I feel like I've been through a lot. Went through a depression and a breakup that I didn't really like, you know, back in 2010, and kind of was feeling depressed for about 2 or 3 years. I didn't know I was depressed, and I kind of slowly figured that out about 2 years ago or so, and yeah, it's been a struggle, but I think I'm getting there, and I'm really I use that time to really find myself. All these things that you thought were cliche or corny, or you always hear that about people going through stuff, but I really did find out who I was, you know, what I wanted, what my passions are, what my gifts were, and I always did music. I've always played instruments and that type of thing, but I never really thought I want to share this or make an album, and so that's where I'm at right now. I want to make an album, and I want to share with people. Yeah, so why do I want to make an album? I've been through a lot. Since 2010, you know, I went through a breakup, dealt with like depression and stuff like that. I didn't know that at the exact time, but I dealt depression, all that type of stuff, and then I kind of, through that process, kind of found out who I was and what I wanted and what I loved, and learn to love myself, you know, all that kind of stuff that you see on movies. You know, I went through that, and it got me to where I am today, and I feel like I'm a really strong person who loves himself, and I'm still on the road to discovering myself more and loving myself more, but I'm getting there. And I just thought, what better way to do it than share it through music, because I love music. Been playing music as far back as I can remember. You know, I play drums, guitar, bass. I'm just learning piano a lot right now, and I feel like I'm picking it up pretty quick. I know there's so much to learn, just like anything, you know, you continue to learn, but like with piano, you know, I've kind of picked up the basics and kind of know how to mess around, and so I'm going to incorporate a lot of that into my album. But yeah, I just really feel like I have a lot to share, and maybe I'll connect with some people. Maybe my words will be inspiring. Maybe I'll be able to help someone. I don't know. There's no definitive plan or some, you know, this is exactly what's going to happen, but I hope this all works out. Yeah. Past this bugger. Signal. Dealing with depression and stuff like that. Here comes brothers. My brother's being annoying on purpose just to be a dink. Wouldn't hang up. Yeah. The Great Depression. But yeah, so I went through a depression, and I'm doing a lot better now, thanks to a lot of friends and family. And depression is a real thing. No joke. Yeah, that is a real thing. I remember back before I was depressed, you'd see those ads on TV, and they'd show the person looking out the window, looking at the rain and stuff, and they'd be like, flip the channel or whatever. It's a real thing. It's very serious, you know. So if you know anyone who's depressed or may be showing the signs of being depressed, which you could probably go online and find all that information, yeah, be a help. Be a help. People need it. People love help. I love getting help. But anyway, yeah, so I'm better, and I want to share with the world, which is nice too in this day and age, that I can do my music right from home. I can do everything myself, you know, to a certain degree. I can do so much of this from my little home in northern BC, and then I can share it with the world, you know, through digital media distribution like iTunes and Amazon and all those types of things. And that's what my intentions are when my album is done, to make it available, you know, digital, and have the CD. So it's very exciting. I'll be able to share with the world my little, what would you call it? My story. And I hope along the way someone will love my music, and that's an exciting thought. And if I can share, why not? And I'm going to make it available on CD. And I thought it would be cool to share the process, you know, from start to finish. Like right now here, I'm just yakking with you, and I don't officially have my album done. I have a lot of my demos done, and a lot of the songs about, you know, some are fully written, some are half written but have the lead work done in the guitar. Some of them are fully fleshed out, you know, for guitar, but not all the words. So it's kind of all in pieces, but that doesn't concern me. You know, I know I'll be able to finish everything, but it's just so neat that you can join in here now and see the process from day one, so to speak. You know, from making my album cover to doing my photography for my promotional work, and working on the website, and even like today I'm working on getting my domain name secured and the website hosting so I can start building my website. Yeah, so very, very exciting. It's again, I'm repeating myself, but it's just so nice in this, that we're in a period when you can do stuff like this from home and reach out to the world. And that just, I think that in itself is what gets me excited. You know, almost like putting a video up on YouTube, like what I'm doing right here. It's like I can put this up and someone could be watching it the second it's uploaded in Japan or New Zealand or Iraq, anywhere. So exciting. It opens up the world to a little small country mouse like me. And I don't need to leave the beautiful north unless, you know, something good happens. And, you know, get some recognition out of this. If someone thinks my music or whatever I put out is of quality. So I'm very blessed and fortunate to be able to do this too. And I work as First Nations Reserve. We run a high school program. I run that with two very good friends, Tom and Lorna Butts, who actually loaned me the camera right there that you're working on. They're mountain people. They need a camera for when they go trekking and climbing mountains in Italy and wherever they go. So they're real outdoorsy. Thanks, Tom and Lorna. You guys are awesome. So I work with them and we run a high school program. And we started it last year, and it's been a big success with getting kids to go to school and to complete work and to love being at school. And it's a real think outside the box type program. So if you ever want to look into that, that's called I Count School. And you can find us on Facebook. So it's just I, like, you know, the letter I count high school. So that's what I do for my work, and I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to have work and, you know, be able to support myself and to support my project. And it can be a bit of a financial burden, not burden, but a financial, you can notice it. I guess that's a nice way to say burden, but, you know, financially, it's not cheap if you want to do this decent. Well, it's not expensive, but it's not cheap, one of those kind of things. You know, it's kind of a sacrifice every time I have to get something, you know, whether it's my audio interfaces or my gear and, like, you know, so that's what sucks. You can't have any fun on the highways. I like the sound. I like that sound. It sounds cool. Sayonara. Alright, well, this is the view when I come home from town type thing. You know, this is what I drive home to. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, look at that mountain. Look at it, boy. I want you to look at that mountain and love it. This is the view coming into where I live. If my camera doesn't fall. You know, the trees and stuff can look a little dead and stuff like that, but I mean, you should, it looks so beautiful here in the, well, all year round, but yeah, the world famous Morristown Canyon, which you are not seeing. This is my res. This is my res. This is my res. There's a block of wood on the road. This is a res, that's normal. Block of wood on the road is no thing.